Welcome to the Crafty Notary. I am Ayana, your Crafty Notary, and today we're talking all about how I became a notary public in the state of Florida. Now, I do want to mention that each state has a different process for becoming a notary, so you do want to go to your state's website and follow those instructions for becoming a notary public, a commissioned notary public. In the state of Florida, you can go to sunbiz.org, sunbiz.org, and there is a link for authentications, notaries, and other services. And there you can find all the information you need on how to become a notary, how to become a remote online notary public, the education, notary search. There's a lot of information there for you. So for me, I use the company called the National Notary Association. However, the actual training to become a notary in the state of Florida, it's a 3-hour course, is free and you can access it through the state's website. However, you will need to purchase some other things, which is why I went through the National Notary Association. There are other people you can go through or other companies that you can go through to become a notary. There's like the Florida Notary Association. If you Google, there's other companies, but the National Notary Association is one of the most reputable. And as it relates to become a certified signing agent, their background check is the one that's most widely accepted by online notary companies that you may want to work for, and title companies that may hire you to do loan signing services. So that's why I chose to go through that, just to eliminate any issues down the line. So with the National Notary Association, there's different packages that you can sign up for. There's some pretty basic ones. I think mine was $79 or so. And what I signed up for was the course, the 3-hour course. I also signed up to receive the errors and omissions insurance. So you will need that. And you will also need a surety bond. The amount of the insurance and the bond vary because it varies whether or not you want to do general notary work or if you want to do the loan signing agent work. Loan signing agent work requires a higher amount, a higher payout amount on the errors and omissions. So, and the bond. So you would want to see which way you want to go. Most notary publics today are doing both. So you just want to make sure that, you follow the guidelines for those two things. In addition to those two items being in the package, I also got my stamp, and this is my notary seal, my stamp. And it has my name, it says state of Florida, has my commission number, when my commission expires, and who I'm bonded through. And then I also got the journal. So you're going to have a notary journal. So if you go the free route for the education, just keep in mind, you got to buy errors and omissions, you got to buy surety bond, you have to buy a stamp, and you have to have a journal. There's no way around these things, none of these things I just mentioned. So this is just a basic journal. You don't have to buy a journal from the National Notary Association. You can get a journal from anywhere. They probably sell them on Amazon, but it has to have the correct information that you need in order to properly record a notary act, a notarial act, okay? Also in the package that I paid for, I got this Florida Notary Primer, and basically this is the handbook for Florida notaries, and you see I got a couple of pages earmarked already. I got some things already highlighted, and this book basically gives you an overview of the documents. It gives you kind of wording for when you're signing acknowledgments or jurats. It gives you brief instructions on how to complete certain notarial acts. It gives you illegal and improper acts. It gives you a lot of information. Okay, it's a little handbook for you. I would throw this in your notary bag. Once you become a notary, and you can take this with you in case there's any issues and you need to find out, you need an answer right away. So those are the things that you use to get that you will get in the package if you go through the National Notary Association. So like I said, there's a 3-hour training that you do go through, and that training is at your own pace, and there is an exam at the end of the training. Once you complete the training and you pass the exam, you will get a certificate from your provider. There is also an application that you will have to submit to the state, as well as your information for your notary bond. So this is another reason why I went through the National Notary Association. And this video, let me just say, it's not sponsored. Okay, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. But that's another reason why I went through them, because they have the ability to electronically submit your notary application along with your bond information. Otherwise, you're going to have to get your bond application notarized and all this other stuff. So I just wanted to avoid and go the least route, the path of least resistance. Okay. The only downside is that once you have filled out your application and completed your course, you will need to mail that to the National Notary Association in California. They will then process the application electronically, as well as pay the fee for you. There is a fee that the state of Florida collects, and also submit your bond information. Once the state of Florida approves your commission, they then mail back to National Notary Association your actual certificate, and then the National Notary Association, I'm going to call them NNA from now on, will then make your stamps and that kind of thing to send, and they will mail you your certificate and your stamps together. You get these 2 items pretty quickly after you place your order, and then you get your certificate, and I can flash my certificate. So you get your note. This is my notary bond. This is I think both of these. Yeah, that's my notary bond. I don't have my errors and omissions printed out. And then here is my notarial, my notary commission certificate. So all of this information is public information, so it's nothing to hide. This is my certificate. So I plan to frame this and put it up somewhere. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. So that's the first thing that you will do, is you will take the training class. You will get your certification, your certificate for completing the class after you pass the exam, and then you will complete the application and then mail it along with your certificate from completing the course to the National Notary Association in California. Now, 2 things I want you to remember. One is you're going to have a witness or someone that you know that's not related to you sign your notary application. I did not know that ahead of time, and I barely know any people here, so it was a little challenge for me to get it signed, especially in the days of COVID where we're not really going anywhere. So, but I did get it signed by someone that I know. And then the second thing I want you to remember is you have to sign your training certificate. I had actually forgot to sign mine, mailed it all the way to California, and then I had to scan back another copy. So when you copy your, print out your certificate from online, you want to make sure that you sign it. There is a line there for you to sign it. So those are 2 things I want you to remember. All right. And then, like I said, once you get all that taken care of, it took me maybe a solid 2 or 3 weeks for the state of Florida to go ahead and grant my commission. And then it maybe took another week to get all of my stamp and my certificate back. All right. So that's how I became a commissioned notary public. Now, you can also become a remote online notary. Notary public, which means you will be certified by the state, or you'll be approved by the state to perform notarial acts via online services. And there's a lot of platforms that are available for remote online work, and we'll go through that in another video, but you do need to be approved by the state of Florida. Now, what I didn't know, and I learned later, is that some other companies will allow you to complete the training for the remote online notary as well, and then submit that application along with your commission at your original notary application, and they will file all of that for you electronically. Now, National Notary Association doesn't do that, and that's okay. So in order to move up as a remote online notary public, you will have to complete another training, and I believe that one was 2 hours. All right. You also have to already be an existing notary public, which is why I waited. So this process took me a little bit longer. I've been working on this now for a couple of months to get everything up and running. So you have to be an active notary public, and you have to complete the online training and pass the exam and get their certificate for that. And then there's another application that you have to complete. So for that, you will need, which is why I didn't understand why these other companies were letting you do it together, because for that application, you needed your bond, your errors and omissions insurance, and you needed a copy of your notary certificate. So I'm not sure how those other companies are doing that. It's not what I did, but I saw it out there. So you need your notary certificate, you need the application, you need your errors and omissions, you need your bond, and you need a payment of $10. Okay. Now, I forgot to put my $10 in, mailed it all the way to Tallahassee and forgot. So I ended up having to mail my $10 after the fact. But you can also go through the National Notary Association for that training. And I want to say it was, maybe here, I'll click on the link, $29, $30 for that. So you're going to need a little bit of an investment, seed money. It was $39. So you're going to need a little bit of seed money in order to get ramped up, in order to get all the way to loan signing agent. But if you only want to do general notary work where you're just stamping people's documents, all you need is just a commission notary certificate. That's all you need. It's just a regular notary commission. So for that, you pay the one price for all of your supplies, your supplies, your book, your bond, your insurance, and then that's it. And then you're good to go. You could start notarizing documents ASAP. But if you want to go further to either work online, you got to get the remote online notary, and that's an additional $40 plus 10. So that's basically $49 plus shipping. And then you also will have to take another course for the loan signing agent portion. So in order to get to loan signing agent, you can do that once you have your commission and before you receive your certificate. You can go ahead and start taking that training. That training, I believe I signed up for, was over $100. It was maybe $179. I don't remember. Don't quote me. But there's 3 packages on the National Notary Association. There's a basic one where you just basically do the course, take the exam and get the background check. And then there's one where you have to bump up your errors and omission to 25,000, and you have to bump up your bond to 25,000. So I purchased 25,000 errors and omission with the regular notary, and then you have to bump up your bond to 25,000 because initially your bond's only 7,500 if you go through National Notary Association. So you have to bump that up, and that's another cost as well. So I believe that was maybe $40. So all in all, if you're keeping tabs, we're well into maybe $300 or $400 so far in order to get to loan signing agent status. And the good news is there's no more applications to the state at that point. However, you do have to take the training course. You do have to pass that course with a score of 80%. And you do have to pass a background check. So that background check and that course is what you need in order to get started as a loan signing agent and to get contacted by title companies and closers to do their work for them as far as closing. So those are the steps that you go through to become a commissioned notary. Those are the steps that I went through to become a notary here in the state of Florida. I'm all set up to go. So on the next video, we are going to talk about the type of notary acts or the notarizations or the notarial acts that you can perform with your stamp and your pen. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.